Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us at 7 o'clock. I'm Tracey McCain.
I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. A lot to talk about, but first we want to get right to that forecast. Meteorologist Scott Gagliardi is in with the details on that first alert. All right, so the first 90-degree day, huh?
Yeah, it's back in the day. I remember the hazy, hot, and the humid. You know, you always get that.
Triple H.
The Triple H. That's today.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to see.
So exciting.
It's been a while. If you haven't decided if you're going to head to work today, take it off. Head to the beach. It's going to be an excellent beach day. Right now we're looking at mostly sunny skies. There's a bit of a haze through Old Saybrook. Those Canadian wildfires still obscuring us from seeing a perfectly blue sky. Our first alert weather day, that's for today, for the first 90-degree day of 2025. That humidity will be in the air for sure, so take it slow if you're headed out today. If you work outside, take plenty of breaks. We've been through this before. It's typical in Connecticut, but as a reminder, it is the first 90-degree day, so something to take note of. Air quality alert once again for the entire state. Today, 11 a.m. through 11 p.m. It's that ground level ozone. It really is those fine particles that you really can't see, but those can certainly cause some issues for sensitive groups. Temperatures along the shoreline, looks good out there at Lighthouse, 67 degrees across the state. Many 60s already, a lot of them. 66 in Waterbury, 64 in Meriden, 65 in Hartford. 50 is still holding on to northeastern Connecticut, but you'll climb up into those 80s to near 90 today. First alert live radar scans the state dry. We're doing okay. The entire state today will be just fine in terms of any rainfall. That changes, though, by tomorrow. Your hour-by-hour forecast quickly climbing out of the 60s into the 70s, mid and upper 80s by noon. And look at that, 91 by this mid-afternoon. We're going to detail those some storms on the way. And what does it look like for this weekend? It's split. One day looks okay. The other day, much better. We'll detail all that, though, ahead with your first alert forecast. Good morning, Kate.
All right, good morning, Scott. Good morning, everyone. Taking a live look across a good chunk of the state here this morning. If you're getting ready to head out the door, heading to work, bringing the kids to school, looking very good here in Hartford. This is 91 north and southbound. You can see actually pretty good visibility through this stretch. That's not the case across the whole state here this morning, as we're dealing with some visibility issues due to some smoke. So just make sure that you are aware of that. Live look here in Windsor, right on the Windsor Locks line. Also on 91 here in Meriden along 691. There's a lot of construction set up through that corridor. So none right now that's active or reported by DOT, but that daytime work does pick up shortly. Route 9, the Route 9 corridor, also one of those areas that we're seeing a lot of construction work. So again, right now, no crashes, no major incidents, which is some good news. Most of that daytime construction work picks up between about 8:30 and 9 o'clock. And just a reminder here in Stratford, Route 113 remains blocked off, so there are detours in place. We'll get you your drive times as you're heading out the door. Friendly reminder, no people, no pets left in hot vehicles today. Let's quick check at your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report, driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
All right, we're getting you morning ready, and today's going to be a hot one. Temperatures could reach the 90s in some places across the state.
Your reporter Marcy Jones has some important tips that you need to know to keep your family cool on what's setting up to be the hottest day of the year so far.
Absolutely. Good morning, you guys. And please keep in mind that lots of homes and schools across the state don't have air conditioning, but don't worry, we've got you covered. Here are some tips to keep you and your family safe and cool. If you work outside, medical experts suggest drinking 8 ounces of water every 30 minutes and taking frequent breaks in the shade. Pack plenty of water for kids heading off to school. Go for lightweight, light-colored, breathable clothing. And remember to never leave kids or pets in the car. You can always text 211 to find the local cooling center near you. We've also got a full list of those, as well as swimming pools open to the public up on our WFSB website. Your reporter in Hartford, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And our team coverage continues now this morning. One way to escape the heat, of course, is by heading to the beach.
Well, that sounds like a great idea. The shoreline will be a little bit cooler today, but get there early because the beaches will likely be packed. Your reporter Roger Susannon helps you plan your day at Rocky Neck State Park.
That's right. I am proudly first in line this morning, but I am ready to make a whole bunch of new friends. Yes, there's going to be plenty of company at all of our state beaches this morning. Keep in mind, they all open up at 8 o'clock this morning, so very, very soon. But once they reach capacity, they'll close for the rest of the day. So yes, if you plan on playing hooky today, get here early as we try to beat the heat together. Now, the good news is all 4 of our state beaches are going to be open this morning, so you beach bums can rejoice. Hammonasset, Madison, Silver Sands in Milford, Sherwood Island in Westport, and Rocky Neck here in East Lyme, where we are this morning, all will be open again at 8 o'clock. The water quality is excellent at all 4 state parks, and the sound could actually be your very best friend today. Now, if you want to try to stay cool while maybe avoiding the biggest crowds, your best bet could be to head to an inland state park with a lake or a pond, and 16 of 17 inland swimming areas will actually be open today. The only exception is Gay City State Park in Hebron, which has been closed since 2024, so nothing new there. So again, these state beaches will open at 8 o'clock this morning, and they will stay open until sunset as long as they don't close for reaching capacity. At that point, we will have mercifully ended with this crazy heat today. Reporting in East Lyme, I'm your reporter, Roger Suzanin, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
And today is a great day to have the WFSB First Alert weather app. We'll send you any alerts or updates on the hot temperatures right to your phone.
Right now, we're hitting the phones to find out more about a stabbing in Hartford. Police tell us it happened on Laurel Street around 11:30 last night. One person was hurt, and there's no word this morning on any suspects.
And right now, state police investigating a crash involving a motorcycle in Chaplin. Happened about 10 o'clock last night. Pinpoint News Tracker shows you where on Bates Road. We're working to find out how badly people were hurt. And now to some news breaking overnight here. Israel says it has recovered the bodies of 2 Israeli-American hostages from Gaza. Judy Weinstein and Gad Hagay were both in their 70s. Investigators say they were taking a walk near their home along the Gaza border when Hamas attacked on October 7th of 2023. They're survived by their 4 children and 7 grandchildren.
The investigation continues this morning into a house fire in Vernon. Firefighters from 3 departments responded to Prospect Street around 7:30 last night. A neighbor telling Channel 3 she saw it, and flames started shooting 4 to 5 feet in the air. She described it as the worst fire she's seen in 7 years that she's been living there. Officials say everyone, thankfully, got out safely. The legislative session ended at midnight, and first thing this morning, Governor Lamont will share his thoughts on what lawmakers were able to accomplish. This year, lawmakers worked to address a number of issues. They passed a bill to lower home energy costs and gave nursing home workers a raise after they threatened to strike. And they also passed a 2-year budget that included funding for special education and childcare. But some say more funding for schools is needed. New Haven's mayor says the school district still faces a $16 million budget deficit and has no other option but to cut staff and programs.
Well, today in Hartford, workers at Frontier will hold a rally to call for better job security. Workers have been without a contract for almost a year now. The internet service provider is being sold to Verizon, and workers say they need a contract to feel more secure in their jobs.
Right now, the owner of a swingers club in Plymouth loses his appeal to reopen and is now moving ahead with plans to relocate to another town. The CT Insider reports a judge ruled in favor of the town, saying the Wicked Fun Club fits the description of an adult use business. The town said the club violated zoning rules because it was located right next to a church.
Well, right now, police in Shelton investigating a crash between a car and a motorcycle that sent one person to the hospital. Pinpoint News Tracker here shows you where it happened, near Hoe Avenue and Wheeler Street. And police say the victim is expected to survive.
Right now, the family of a man who was shot and killed in Wolcott 5 years ago is renewing their search for answers. Police say Angel Pichardo was ambushed at a red light. Investigators believe gang members killed him over an issue with one of his family members. Police have recovered the weapon used in the attack, but have not identified any suspects. They hope to offer a reward in the near future.
This morning, a fundraiser has been established to help victims of a local funeral director accused of stealing tens of thousands of dollars from prepaid burial accounts. The director of John Tierney Funeral Home in Manchester set this up and got it started with a $10,000 donation to help those victims. If you'd like to help as well, we have a link on our website and on the WFSB app.
And as we get another check of your First Alert forecast, if you like the heat and even the humidity, you're going to love today as our temperatures climb well up into the 80s, even a few lower 90s. Hartford expecting a high today, 91 degrees. Right now, you're 65, so you have plenty of work to do. But notice that haze out there. There's also an air quality alert. So any sensitive groups, just be mindful of that later on this afternoon. Temperatures out there right now, the warm spot, Torrington, 69 degrees, 66 in Waterbury, 69 in Danbury, and down in New Haven, 67 degrees. If you're heading to the beach, it is an excellent beach day. Water temperature still a bit chilly, 65, and high tide comes in. There's one in about 30 minutes, and then both of those will come in later on this evening. Temperatures 80 to 90 degrees along the shoreline. Check out Old Sabre. Look at all those boats. Plenty of those will be out of that marina, I'm sure, later on this afternoon. But we have a few storms on the way, as well as a hiccup this weekend. We'll detail what that means ahead with your full First Alert forecast. Tracy?
Not a hiccup, Scott.